my name, Tyrowj.
Yeah, it's the Archivest, y'all.
That's right.
Interviewing Tyrow James.
Tyrowj James, baby, from small town of Philadelphia, British Columbia. That's right.
And who is Tyrow James?
Tyrow James is the son of a small town. He is a pot-smoking, screwing, 40-ounce downing son of a bitch.
And let us know about your creations coming from Cloverdale.
Well, being from a small town, you got a lot of character people in and stuff, So, I mean, all my friends I find are very animated and stuff. And growing up, I didn't want to be all like, I'm from this and fronting on everything. So a lot of my rhymes I talk about, my town, my surroundings, how ridiculous it is, how, crazy it is sometimes. I mean, it's pretty much that, man. And I'm one of those character people from a small town.
And being influenced from the Beastie Boys and Necro, what makes you unique as Tyrow so the people can know?
Well, first off, when you hear a Tyrow song, you know it's a Tyrow song right off the bat. My voice is unmistakable on most tracks, and the Beastie Boys growing up, that was my biggest influence, and it still is, it's on a whole other level. When I was about, I think I was maybe 6 or 7 years old, I was watching Beavis and Butthead, and the Beastie video, So What You Want, came on, and I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life, man. And so from then on, it's been Beasties or nothing, and then I like all kinds of rap and all kinds of music, but as far as my live shows, how they're incorporated, my style of dress, what I even listen to, kinds of beats and stuff I like, it all somehow goes back to that influence of the Beasties and Necro and a lot of underground artists like that, old 666 Mafia before they got all mainstream, and there's so many to name, all the old school acts. I have this thing where I just listen to old rapper, anything's good. If it's good, it's good. But I listen to all kinds of stuff, but I'm really into old school rap, 90s, 80s, so it's almost people have been telling me, man, how old is this guy, he sounds like he's gotta be 30 years old, well, it's, I listen to a lot of older stuff, so that's kind of where my mind's at, and that's where I get all my influence musically from, is from that old rap and how real and raw it is, so it's pretty simple.
And tell us about Weapon X and becoming a rapper, building your rep in high school, and what this did for you at that time.
Well, first 2 years of high school, grade 8 and grade 9, I was kind of I had no name established, and I've always had a thing with making tunes. Way back when I was in grade 7, I would go out on the bleachers and make up stupid raps for my friends, hey, this guy's fat, he wears a bad hat, really basic stuff like that. People thought it was funny, so I found creativity in doing that. Weapon X was, I wasn't yeah, man, I was chilling one day in the block. No, man, I was in high school science class with my friend MC Mikey Crazy, and we decided to write raps one day, just stone goofing around, you know what I mean? And that's how I kind of came together. And Weapon X, obviously from Marvel Comics, no lawsuits, please. But we were doing that, and in high school for me, it kind of built me as this rapper kind of character guy. But I had no actual, songs out. But as far as the high school popularity goes, I was definitely worked my way up that high school food chain. And when you're in high school, that's all of what's important to you is status, getting girls, just slipping by with C grades, shit like that. So life is different now, obviously, out of high school, but back then that was everything to me, was being fucking super popular, and I turned out to be super popular, because I am a popular guy, so Mr. Popularity in high school.
And Don't
Living the high school
Flows,
dream.
where you started your first project, how was this accomplishment, and how has it been for you?
Well, I gotta say, man, Don't Flow, Sick Mick, and JD, fucking awesome guys, man. Sick Mick gave me the chance to record in 2008. I learned from him through a friend, kind of. I slept on it for a while, finally got the hookup. I was just a beginner when I started there. Those guys really helped me through. And it's been 2 years of recording and everything and shit. But, we finally put this record out. It's Weapon X. For obvious reasons, I gave a little tribute to back in the day. Weapon X now, I'm not sure where the status of it's at, but it's me. MC Mikey Crazy does the artwork, he drew the album cover. I got a couple other people, who helped me out with stuff, 11 tracks, it's something different, check it out. When you listen to it, don't listen and don't compare to nothing, just check it out, listen to it, you know what I'm saying? It's got all kinds of good tunes on it, you know. A couple, I mean, I do videos too for almost all my songs, just because people like to watch music these days on YouTube, and so I thought, why the fuck not? I'll just make some videos, you know. And I got a couple of videos with Stewie Kubrick. I mean, some of y'all might have heard that guy, and I'm putting that in like a sarcastic term because that guy's making moves, man. You know, Dope Flow's produced almost this entire album too. You know, I got a lot of other cats in here. You know, Sick One from Hamilton, Ontario, Kamikaze from I think Edmonton or somewhere around there. So you know, it's a pretty tight. It's something tight, man. You should definitely check it out.
And who is involved in your music career? You definitely are coming out professional, especially with Stewie Kubrick, as you were just saying, doing your recent video. Tell us more about the recent video.
The recent video is for the hottest joint on the album, I feel, you know, but you can make your own judgment. It's called Guaranteed Fresh. The beat is produced by Stewie Kubrick as well. We shot the video. It went through a couple of ideas at first. We shot a street-style video in Cloverdale at the rodeo, which people from Cloverdale know what the Cloverdale rodeo is. Shot some of there all around with like my girlfriend and a bunch of other like, you know, random characters, you know. It's looking real good. We were going to submit it to Much, but we made the decision not to as far as the content reasons. There was a lot of smoking, a lot of drinking, a lot of, I don't know, too many words to censor, you know, so it just wouldn't turn out as fresh as it would, you know. And my man, the Archivest, making an appearance in that video, and I think Rushton and Diamonds, Michael Rushton will be in that video too, actually, so it's coming along and it should be out real soon. It's going to be hot.
And what is it like being from a small town trying to break through the Vancouver hip-hop scene, and how do you feel about the business in general?
Well, to be honest, man, I'm not trying to get really Vancouver big, you know. I mean, I love Vancouver and everybody who really grinds here, you know, a lot of respect to them, but I feel I should go down south to the U.S., you know, where the money's at, you know, where the fame is at, if I really want to break through. I mean, that's something about me, man, I'm not looking to be Mr. Underground guy, I'm not looking to be Mr. Mainstream guy. I want to take my style, whatever some of y'all want to call that, and try and break through, you know, and have success in this industry. And that's really hard, because the industry these days, you know, I feel is, I mean, fuck, some of the shit out there is just horrible. I mean, like, fuck, it's just awful, you know. But I mean, like, and I don't mean awful on like a fucking production value, but the lyrics are just bad, and like the style is played out, you know, like. So, you know, I'm trying to bring something different to the table, you know. I hate being like everybody else, you know. I mean, but I mean, the industry has never been harder to break into now. You know, you got people. You got to really weed through the garbage to get to the good shit, you know. And if you want to be good, you got to be at the top of your game all the time, because there's a lot of cats out there who can spit some serious shit, you know. And I got a lot of respect for those guys.
And how was your recent release of your first album, and the party and the project accomplishment, and the best parts about this?
Well, you know, the sense of accomplishment, first of all, this took me 2 years to put out because of financial reasons, because I'm broke. But, you know, like, and also to really make it worthwhile putting out, you know, 2 years ago it would have been a piece of shit to put out. You know, now it's been mastered, and the songs are so much more fresher, you know. So, yeah, that was a sense of accomplishment to finally put that out and be the first, like, MC from a small town like Cloverdale to put something actual official out, not on some fucking burnt CD, you know what I'm saying? The CD release party itself exceeded expectations. You know, my man Vicious 5150 came out on short notice, mind you, too. And Ciara, Candace, and Matt Kern opened up for me. They're on the rock tip, you know, but they smashed the fucking place. The place was packed. 150, 200 people came out. I sold about, I don't know, 20-something CDs, you know. My goal was to sell 10, so, you know, it was cool because a lot of my old friends were there. A lot of my new friends were there. It was nice to everyone kind of collide. It was something I'll never forget, man, and I hope to have more success like that in the future, you know.
And what inspires you to write and be inspired by the people in hip-hop, and why do you disable comments on your YouTube channel?
Good question. I'll start off with the whole people from my past thing, or what really inspires me. Situations and people in general, you know. Ex-girlfriends has always been it's always a driving force. Love is always a driving force behind lyrics. For me, it's no different. You know, I had a lot of heartbreak in the past, and some of my songs come out with anger, or maybe like on the reminiscing tip, you know. I think on my next project and ones to come, I'll show more of that emotional side. This album here is a lot of it's a real lot of character stuff from me on there. I'll drop a couple lines about my past and stuff, but I think in the future that's going to come out more. But I always draw to my past, and I draw to my present, and I tell people stories sometimes through my vision of how I see them. You know, I think that really that's cool, because, you know, people love to hear stories. I mean, Slick Rick was a great storyteller and stuff, you know, same with Outkast and stuff. And you know, I love to tell stories in my rhymes, you know, instead of just battling raps all the time. It makes it more personal to me, you know, and hopefully other people maybe can relate to that somehow.
And what is your vision in the hip-hop industry, and where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
In the next 3 years, if I'm not dead from drinking or doing drugs, I should be still producing tunes because I got hunger like a fucking starving Ethiopian, man. Like, I have so much drive, and right now, it's really the only thing going that's really in my life besides my jobs. But that's what I've always wanted to do, so I'm going to continue to do it and sink more money into it until it's my volunteer job right now, but we all got to start somewhere. So hopefully, and I was going to say back to your question about the YouTube comments, what are YouTube comments to me? I don't give a fuck about YouTube comments. You look on half the videos on comments on YouTube, there's just fucking fucking comment fighting and keyboard warriors. So I could give fucking 2 quarts of monkey piss about fucking YouTube comments. So I disabled them because it's not going to help someone like or dislike me because someone writes some fucking retarded ass comment on motherfucking YouTube. So I disabled them. Just watch the fucking video. There's ways to get a hold of me through Facebook, through MySpace. If you really don't like my fucking tunes, you can find me on the street in my town. You know where I live. I shout it out enough. Fuck, you can come to me. Hey, Tyrow, man, I fucking hate your music. I'd probably shake your fucking hand. I'd be like, damn, man, you got some nuts doing that. So, YouTube comments and keyboard warriors. And this goes out to all the artists in Vancouver who are, bombarded by whack-ass people fucking typing shit online about them and stuff. Whatever. Just fucking whatever, man. Fuck, if someone comes to your face, that's a lot more nutsier than fucking over the keyboard, I don't give a fuck, man. But yeah, that's my take on YouTube comments, so whatever.
And speaking briefly on newer artists and current hip-hop, what is your opinion and why?
On newer artists in hip-hop, man? The ones
mainstream.
On the mainstream, okay, yeah. The ones in mainstream, I think, someone's got to come along and just, turn things around because some of these artists coming out, man, they're just I sort of they just freestyle this stuff in the booth and put it behind a hot beat. I could do that myself, take the easy road, but a lot of cats, and I think hip hop in general needs to up the game a little bit and get back to a little more hunger and aggressiveness like the 90s were, or even some of the cats underground. It's I can only imagine if the people underground right now blew up, it would be so, it's so much more real, and the stuff on the radio seems that rap is taking a turn for the worse, man. It's just so, it's just, I didn't want to listen to it anymore sometimes, some of the newer shit. I can't handle it, man. It makes my fucking ears bleed.
And
Shit.
Let us know about your upcoming projects and about Tyrow James, where to find you.
Well, check it out. I'll say that for last then. All right. Upcoming projects. Stewie Kubrick video, guaranteed fresh, coming out probably this month on a YouTube near you. You'll probably get spammed if you have me on Facebook. I got my next album, obviously, when you start recording, coming out. I'm not going to give the title away really right now. It's still kind of undecided. But it's going to be similar to this as far as the producers goes. I got a couple of new cats coming out to produce some beats. Stu Ray, obviously, going to be producing beats on my thing. Dope Flows will be all over it. The usual suspects from last time. Mills Beats, he retired recently, but I caught the last few beats off of him. A couple other Vancouver people, we'll see what happens. That will be coming out, I'm hoping, next year, early next year, maybe St. Patrick's Day, because I'm Irish. That would be awesome. And where to find me? You can find me hanging around Cloverdale if you want. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Tyrow James. That's TYROW James for the people who can't fucking spell. MySpace.com, same thing, MySpace.com/Tyrow James. And for all you old school people out there, you can find me on Nexopia at Tyrow James also, if anyone remembers Nexopia from the days of way back.
And you got any shouts?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out first off to Archivest for doing this interview, man. Big ups, don't be knocking the hustle, everybody in Van City, man. Fucking respect it. My 2 main homeboys, Sick Mick and JD, Dope Flows. Those guys come tight. MySpace.com/Dope Flows with a Z, man. Check them out, dude. My man MC Mikey Crazy, one half of Weapon X, who now does the artwork. If you want to do some sick artwork, get through me. I'll get him to do some shit for you for real. And all my people back in Cloverdale, friggin' my man Steve's, my girlfriend Spider, all the old people, who've supported me since day one, and to everyone else who doesn't like me, thanks, because without you, how could I write my tunes, and how could I get so angry sometimes? Oh, and the Anaheim Ducks, baby. That's right.
And this is the Archivest, and you already know the name, y'all.
Peace out.